right, man. Let's talk about who is probably going to be Detroit Lions starting tight end in 2023. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase the chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. And it's interesting, man. I think they got rid of Zylstra. I like Zylstra a lot, bro. I don't know they got rid of him, but they drafted Sam Laporta in the second round. They got Brock Wright, who made the big play out there at MetLife in Jersey versus the Jets to win the game, basically to ice the game. And they got James Mitchell, but I think he gonna be. I think James Mitchell gonna be that guy that surprised a lot of people this season. You know, he drafted him in the 5th round in 2022 draft. He blew his ACL out at the end of his Virginia Tech career. And he give you a lot of vertical game, you know. But yeah, I think you might just see things by committee, man. It's so hard talking about Laporta for a rookie to come in and dominate from the tight end position because what they asked to do, you got to know the blocking scheme. Sometimes you got to know up-back blocking schemes. Sometimes you got to know X, Z, slot. You got to know a lot of stuff, and that's a lot to actually play. Like I said, for years before Kyle Pitts had an amazing rookie season, Mike Ditka, yes, the head coach of the Chicago 85 Bears, Mike Ditka had the greatest statistical rookie tight end season. Mike Ditka still held that honor until Kyle Pitts came along a couple seasons ago. And Kyle Pitts had a dud of a sophomore season or second year. So let you know the type of hill Laporta is climbing as a rookie, and all rookie tight ends are climbing. That's why it's hard for people to draft a rookie tight end and you draft him in the 1st round, you expect an immediate impact. It's a lot. Now these guys got to know up back, you know, catch out the backfield, blocking schemes from the up back. You got to be part of the offensive line, know they blocking schemes, know they audibles. You got to know route audibles. What if you go to the slot? What if they flex you on the outside? So it's really an uphill battle. I mean, you think about 2 or 3 years before some of these tight ends get their hands dirty. I mean, their feet wet. But, you know, early in T-shirts and short camp, he ain't doing nothing but scoring touchdowns. And what he could do in the short game, you know, in the short passing game, and make something out of nothing. You know, if he can give you some blocking, it's gonna be interesting. But one thing about Brock Wright and James Mitchell, they're ahead of him. They know the scheme. You know, they know the scheme. You know, they understand the NFL speed. They understand the pads and all that stuff. So Laporta might be the most talented, but he got a real uphill battle. And Brock Wright, he balanced. I mean, we've seen in that game versus the Jets, he can run a bit too. He started at blocking, solid hands. James Mitchell, what he gonna give you is a vertical threat. That's what he gonna give you. Somebody that can stretch that field vertically, athletic, matchup nightmare. Big, strong kid. And, you know, you want to see them use him inside the hashes and outside the hashes. Carrying guys deep on the post, carrying guys, you know, deep on the corner. You know, getting the ball in his hands and seeing what he can do, you know, with the ball in his hands too. He's a very, very athletic guy. Big athletic guy. So you're looking to get matchup nightmares, and I'm thinking you probably could see a lot of 2 and 3 tight end sets this year. Not necessarily they all stacked on the offensive line together. I mean, you might have Brock Wright, you know, at the tight end, at the traditional tight end position, and then you might have, you know, James Mitchell flexed out in the slot. You might have lineups where, you know, Laporta and Mitchell are both in the slot, and they making things happen. You know, so I mean, you know, just the basis that they covering at the tight end. I think you might see something more by committee, more by matchup. But it all depends on how fast Laporta can pick it up. Because historically, it's gonna take about a year or two to get comfortable, and it depends on how much they put on this plate. Hockenson had that one good game versus Arizona, and then it really was kind of slow treading after that. And I think he did suffer an injury his rookie year. And it seemed that Brock Wright and Jared Goff kind of formed a nice rapport last year. So I think Brock Wright might have the inside track on being the starting tight end this year, especially if they want to run the ball and do some things a lot. But also, everybody talk about Jahmyr Gibbs and what he gonna do with the ball in his hands in general. I think Laporta and James Mitchell is another question to be had. You know, they're gonna do some things with the ball in their hand as well too. So not only do you got to respect Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery out the backfield, because Montgomery can catch it out the backfield, but you definitely got to respect Sam Laporta out, you know, with the ball in his hands. You definitely got to respect James Mitchell with the ball in his hands. So you definitely got to respect those guys with the rock in their hand. You know, and you know Brock Wright, like I said last year, showed you in the Jets game that hey, you got to respect him a little bit too. So I'm pretty much thinking you might see something just by matchup and by committee. That's what I think you might see. You know, but eventually, really, you know, it's Laporta's job to lose, and it depends on how much Laporta can absorb. It depends on how much Laporta can absorb. How fast can he comprehend it? How fast can he process it? And that's what it boiled down to be honest. But I see with Laporta a lot of, you know, tight end screens, you know, a lot of short passes. You could probably see him, you know, be put in space and make something out of nothing, you know. And I think with James Mitchell, you're gonna see a lot of things, a lot of stuff get vertical. I think Brock Wright, you're gonna see, you know, good, you know, blocking, run blocking, kicking out. You know, you're gonna see some things for him moving the sticks. But I think you're gonna see, especially until Jameson Williams get healthy, you're gonna see a lot of those guys. You're gonna see a lot of those guys in the same set together. You know, that's what New England did. That was so great with Hernandez and Gronk. They had a lot of sets as far as together, and they did some high-low things, and you know they did some things low-high. I mean, you know, you had to respect it because Gronk can run, and he can body you out like a rebound or box you out like a rebound. Hernandez can get by you, and you had to respect his speed. So I really think you might be looking at something as far as their tight end room. That's what you've seen in New England a little bit. But the difference is they got two highly athletic tight ends, Laporta and James Mitchell, and they got, you know, and they got somebody that's more of an all-purpose blocking tight end than Brock Wright. So it's gonna be interesting. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button, that's the bell icon button. Hit all the notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop a video. Hit the link tree. Find me everywhere. Peace.